Hello Galaxy Commanders and welcome to this video for Infinite Galaxy. Today I'm going to dig a little bit deeper again into flagships. You remember we did do the tier list and what I'm going to do today is I will use the Prometheus as main flagship and switch through a few options for the secondary. To be more precise, I'm going to use the Atlas, I'm going to use the Hercules, and I am going to use the Brontes. The Brontes at the moment is still in the other fleet. And we will see how this changes. For this I did set up the fleet with 20,420 leadership, and I will not change any of this. When we take a look at these flagships, we will see it is not really a fair fight. My Atlas is only rank 9, 3 stars, so if we look at the power, 120k, first skill 3, then 12, 12, 8, 8. The Brontes is 323k power, because it's already rank 11, 2 stars, so we are at skills 5, 15, 12, 12, 12. And here we do have the Hercules. I will remove also the gear from the Hercules to make it better to compare each other. So we are talking about 290k, 5, 13, 12, 12, 12. So while the Brontes and the Hercules are more or less comparable, the Atlas is a little bit in the background. But why do I use the Atlas anyhow? I want to see if, like, the warship range is making a huge difference in PvE. So we are going to attack level 35 pirates every time with the same fleet setup composition. The only thing we are going to change is the secondary flagship. Let's see if we can get a little closer. 35 pirate. No, okay, so this pirate it will be. And then we will compare the results and how that ended. One important thing to note here is that I did switch from my standard setup and made it much more cruiser oriented. This also does not match with the captain or the equipment from the Prometheus, but that was not supposed to match, so that is perfectly fine. And oh yeah, for the Hercules we probably should at least add, can we see this? We should add the additional leaderships there. So let's start with the Brontes. Let's move it out here. Change. Yes, save. So we will take the Brontes first. This way we can keep the leadership value as it is, because we only get additional leadership right now there from the higher level. This is something we want to ignore, but we will get additional ships inside for the additional leadership skill from the Hercules, to be fair. Okay, now we will get in some additional leadership and see how that works then. I just have to check how much leadership I have to add from the skills of the Hercules.
Flagship.
So here we are. We do get an additional 1073. So let's go there, switch it over to the Hercules. 1073 is 21 and 500. So we are aiming for 21 500. Perfect. And we will go and see how that works out at the end. Try to take the same pirates again to make sure everything is always the same. Okay, so if we now compare the results, we will look again at the kills or the power loss. We have 7 million for the Atlas, 8.6 million for the Brontes, 12 million for the Hercules. So the Hercules performed much better than the Brontes. I do have a very good idea why this is. We'll do another run here. That the Atlas did not really overtake them. It makes sense because it's a lower rank flagship. I just wanted to show you guys that range is sure something that works very well, but when we talk about 1 versus 1 fights, the effect of range is very limited. So what I'm going to do is now I will change the weapons of our main flagship to kinetic weapons. The reason why I do this is I want that we can start killing at least a few of the frigates with our Brontes. This will allow the Brontes to really get some advantages from its, I have to check, I think it's a third skill. I'll show you what I mean, this one here. The third skill, where we get an additional, in this rank, 66% attack bonus versus frigates. As we do attack a completely mixed fleet, it would be fair to allow the Brontes to at least do some damage against these frigates. So that's what we are trying. We are still continuing against the same pirates to keep everything as similar and comparable as possible. Okay, next we will switch in the Atlas, just because it will be the easiest for me, as the Atlas was the one that limited the leadership. And last, we are going to use the Brontes now. I do expect that we will be able to kill at least a few, maybe even all of the frigates, and have something we can compare easily. Okay, so I think it was pretty obvious. We were able to kill level 35 pirates with our Hercules setup. As we just failed here, I can also switch in the Hercules again. Just give it another, what was it, 1000, so 21.5. That's close enough. We will go again against the same pirates just to make sure that we still can kill them. So we were able to kill it with the Hercules. With the Atlas we only did 8.8 million damage and around 12 million with the Brontes. So I think this shows very well. I mean, the Brontes and the Hercules, they are very close together from the rank. Both are at rank 11. Brontes even a little bit higher. Hercules is just made for fights against PvE. It's really good. The Brontes has some nice advantages, but it can't really play out the third skill there, because we already lose too many of our cruisers before we can start fighting the enemy frigates, and this allows the frigates to fight our cruisers before we can fight back, and then they do have this advantage over them. So that looks very similar. So we can see there's a very small difference, but this is coming from a very small difference in the battle power from the setup I had there. What does that mean for me? I think it shows that It always depends slightly on the situation, but what I wanted to show also here is range is nice, range is important when it comes to PvE event fights or PvP event fights. So as soon as we do have other players joining, if you then can increase the range of your fleet, this gives you the advantage that you will be attacked later than the rest of your alliance members, which will allow you to do more damage over time. If you do 1 versus 1 fights like pirates, like tactical training base or anything like this, range does not really give you a huge advantage. It is nice to have, but it doesn't change the whole game for you. So hope you liked the video. Give me your feedback in the comment section, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I see you all on the next video again.